Hey folks, this is Nod. We're playing Space Engineers today. I have about, well, it's not exactly new to me, this game. I have 577 hours on it, so been doing it for a while, but there's still a lot to this game I haven't done yet. I did a lot of stuff on planets because I started this game late in the game's history. I just picked it up maybe a couple of months ago, and planets were already in, and that's all I've really known. And I spent a lot of time on planets, did everything there is to do on planets more or less, and I'm actually more interested in being out in space on an asteroid, because that's the one thing I really haven't done, which of course is what all the veterans have done, and they were all excited about planets. For me, it's the other way around, actually. So I've got this rather cool asteroid here, and I'm starting to build a base. I've actually deleted all of my planets except for one moon, and all my bases on there and everything, and I just basically packed up everything I had, and I've sort of loaded it into this one ship I have up here. Let's go visit the ship. This is the Pack Mule, sort of asymmetrical design I came up with. Anyway, this has got a large cargo container in it, and its only real job is just to cruise around and haul stuff for me, and I used it to, haul stuff between different planets or whatnot. Got my bumble miner in the back here, which is a little mining ship that I did a lot of mining with. It's kind of cool because it's I like the design. We'll talk about it in another video someday, but basically I like it because it can pretty much turn around in its own hole that it makes. So it's you can get in there and do whatever you want with it. It's very cool. Anyway, I'm not really going to show you this whole ship now, but anyway, yes, I arrived with this thing, and I pretty much unloaded everything from my various bases around the planets, and we're now setting up on this asteroid. So I'm trying to make a home for myself here. I can find my home. There's my home. Alright, so far we've got us a large cargo container, and a little dinky reactor. Got me a med bay and a battery and an antenna, and I've been somewhat expanding upon that. Up on the next level here we've got ourselves a refinery and one assembler, so we just started going with that. I've left room so I can add the upgrade modules to this stuff, but right now I'm just sort of starting simple and keeping everything, because I might move stuff, who knows. I don't want to get too carried away just yet. Besides, I actually don't need to make anything right now. I have tons and tons and tons of components. I can pretty much I'll build an entire base and spaceships and probably a couple of other things too if I wanted to, without actually ever having to process anything or mine. So it's kind of nice to be set up like that. But anyway, let's see, moving on. So I got a couple of cargo containers here. One's for the ore, and the other one is for ingots. Moving right along, what do we got? Yeah, this basically goes up through the rock there and goes up to my platform I have above, where I've got my hauling ship on there. This is another little just silly little ship. I used this kind of to deconstruct my previous bases somewhat, and a little grinding ship, so not too special there. Anyway, yes, and this is my prized possession, of course. Really into the nanite thing. It just sort of I like it because it's like it's a cross between playing creative and survival. You got the freedom to just plonk stuff down, build stuff, and if I drop a square somewhere, if I drop a cube somewhere, a block, sorry, it's just I don't have to go messing around looking for the components and stuff. This thing will just build it right away for me. I actually wanted to build it there, but so I really like that. It's sort of like it's somewhere. It's the happy medium between playing creative and training survival. I know I still got to make all the components and everything, so I've got that challenge. But I don't have to go messing around with this tiny little inventory they gave you in this game, which is actually, I'm playing the 10 times, so I got 4,000. But still, it's you can spend the whole time just going between the part you're building and the cargo container, and it gets really old really fast, especially after 577 hours. Anyway, so I like the nanites, and they just introduced the mining, which I've played around with a bit. Actually, I did some insane amounts of mining with it, which is why I'm set up so nicely right now. I don't have to mine for a while, although I'm sure something's going to run out. Anyway, that's the base. Kind of got the feel of it there. Haven't had any problem from pirates yet. At the time of making this video, they seem kind of broken. They're really not attacking me unless I get really close to them. I haven't had them actively seeking me out or anything. It seems to me a while back when I was first visiting space, I was absolutely terrified of the pirates. They would come after me, and I don't know, maybe you veterans know more about this than I do, but it just seems like they're very benign now. They really don't mess with me. So yeah, I don't really have any defenses here, which I really need to work on soon. Well, other than let's see, I got a few guns on my crash here. Let's see, I got a few weapons on this thing, so it'll sort of protect me. I haven't turned off right now though, because I noticed, like, you know, a private sail comes by or something. As long as I don't shoot at it, I don't get into any trouble, it seems like. So I'm just sort of being passive right now and not creating any trouble. So, but I do need to set that up. Proper defenses here. And actually, speaking to that, what I've realized is, you know, I've got all these masses of resources, and they're all in one container. You know, don't count your chickens before they hatched and things like that. I've got lots and lots of stuff in here, and it would really bum me out if this container went pop and I lost all this stuff. I mean, just things like thruster components. You know, I've got 123. Yeah, I don't know how many extra units I got, but anyway, I got lots and lots. I mean, it takes forever to make all this stuff. So, and I just got it sitting out here. You know, a few pops from a missile and everything I own is gone. So so what I've been doing is digging a hole in the asteroid. Zoom out a bit here. So the idea is I'm going to, like, maybe put my critical stuff inside the asteroid. You know, I got all this superstructure sitting on the edge of it here, but I'm thinking maybe I need to, like, put some stuff underground, so at least a sort of bunker or something, you know. Or I always wanted to build a base underground anyway, so I've sort of started this up, you know. I got this sort of thing, and I've been digging out the hole here and slowly adding it. I'm not sure whether I want to pressurize it down here, but I don't know whether blocks going into the voxel, you know, the asteroid, are actually airtight. I need to look that up or something, or find out what the deal with that is. But, you know, do I need to be building these walls around everything down here? I should probably look that up and find out before I go too nuts with this, because building walls is kind of a lot of work, and also kind of defeats the purpose of having an underground base. What's cool about it is I can see all these, you know, walls and stuff. So yeah, that's going on. Got me some piping down here. So anyway, the idea is I'm going to move my giant storage container down here somewhere, and maybe some other critical stuff, maybe a med bay or something down here. So if all hell breaks loose up there, I can cower down here and hope it all goes away eventually. But so that's been working pretty good. Oh yeah, I've got one other thing to show you on this base. I decided my little dinky reactor down here wasn't going to power everything. It certainly wasn't going to, well, it was barely handling my my little refinery thing going over here, but it sure as hell isn't going to power this thing. Yeah, this thing uses like ridiculous amounts of energy. So around the back here, I kind of like the building through stuff in this asteroid. It's kind of, I never got to do that, so I'm kind of doing that here. So around the back here we have a large nuclear reactor, which is pumping out all manner of kilowatts. And I have a dedicated refinery, which, once I get some mining going on, I will fill that up with uranium, and its only job will be to produce uranium ingots for this reactor. So that'll be a dedicated refinery just for that. And down here we got the usual oxygen generators going on here, making some air for me, even though I don't have an enclosed area yet. And I got a hydrogen tank. But, you know, so I'm kind of leaving it open around here so I can expand upon a lot of this stuff too. You know, I got room off to the side to add like another reactor, which I'm probably going to do once I get more refineries and stuff going. Can add more hydrogen tanks down here, and I got space to, you know, add more oxygen tanks and whatnot. So yeah, there's that going on. And the same thing over here. You know, I could build this out this direction, have more storage containers. And what I really intend on doing down here is probably adding a central conveyor comes off of here and comes back this way, and I'll just have a whole line of refineries going this way and assemblers going off this way, and you know, I can add like 5 or 6 or whatever I need to get things really going. And yeah, eventually I'll fill in this floor here. I haven't really decided what I'm doing with the base yet. You know, I would like to kind of think ahead a little bit, and most of my bases have just sort of evolved. What do we got up to here? Military escort. Is it coming this way? Kind of is. Let's see what happens. Oh, where was it? Yes, my bases kind of evolve. They're very rarely designed, and because of that, they're sort of interesting shaped. I mean, but I always wanted to kind of like, you know, really think about it. I see some of this stuff on the workshop and on the YouTube videos. They're just amazing structures and stuff, and they were obviously like sketched out on a napkin before I even put block 1 down. You know, it's like people are designing this stuff in their head, and I'm just kind of making it up as I go along, which I'm not sure is the best way to go, but it certainly is a way to go. So, alright, what's this guy doing? Is he gonna mess with me? I really haven't spent enough time in the space to know what's up with these pirates and whether I got threats or not, but I guess we're gonna find out soon enough. Living here, I don't know, I've been here maybe 3 or 4 days now, just setting this stuff up. Didn't really get much pirates on the planets. I was pirate free for the most part, at least on my main station. I set up a couple other ones that did have stuff flying overhead once in a while, but not really a big issue. So, yeah, there's the base. It's all going pretty good, so I think I'm going to get back to building my bunker down here, and maybe I'll move my storage container down there soon before terrible things happen. Speaking of that, let's do a little save here. I'm a big fan of sequential saving of files. You know, I've got my star system version 10, and let's go to a nice 11, so I can always fall back to stuff here. I think it was up to my last world before I deleted all my planets and everything. I think I was up to like oh, I don't know, version 250 of the world, so I could literally go back 250 saves and then see where I was, which was kind of cool. He's getting close. Go away, go away. Yeah, one of these days I want to put a fighter together and really go after these guys, because I think that's a big part of the game I haven't really played yet. It's been a sort of building simulator for me so far. Really haven't spent much time doing any combat. So I'm kind of curious about what it takes to take one of these down. I mean, I've shut up like private sales and little dinky stuff like that without too much trouble, but so the ships, I don't know what to expect really, which is kind of the fun thing. I mean, I could look it up on YouTube and stuff and, you know, learn about how their weaknesses and stuff, but I kind of more interested in just doing it blind and going in and see just the unexpected. You know, that's lots of fun. So, hey, did you? Anyway, let me get some more energy here. Catwalk here. Oh boy, that guy's getting close. Don't make me come out there and shoot you. Man, I was low on energy. A little tour of the ship here. Just a bridge. Yeah, this was mostly for hauling ore, so I kind of got that set up. I got some other ships with other more custom sort of screens and stuff going on. This one's a little simplified, but yeah, I got the essentials in here. You know, oxygen generation, reactor. No refineries on this ship though. It's really pretty basic. Artificial gravity. That's about it really. It's just all about this storage container basically. It's just a truck, a space truck. Put my helmet on. There we go. So I don't know whether to set up artificial gravity Right now we're picking up the gravity from the ship here, but I don't know about the base down below, whether I want artificial gravity or not. I mean, one cool thing about being in space is, you know, you can just float around, which is brilliant. I spent the whole time on planets fighting gravity, you know, and going through hydrogen like crazy just to run my jetpack to do everything, and you turn the jetpack off, you're just floating. It's like kind of fun. Not used to that. Alright, where's this guy going? Is he coming here or not? 4 clicks out now. Looks like he's going to pass off in that direction. See, I don't know what range they have to get before they, like, spot me. I heard a lot about antennas and whether they, you know, people are like, oh, you're going to shut down the antennas, otherwise they're going to see me, but I got a feeling that's tied in something to do with factions and stuff. I don't know, they really... I think I've got this broadcasting out to maximum, like 50k or something, with the antenna, but as I said, I don't... the pirates really haven't been bothering me. Wait, he just disappeared. That's really weird. Why would you disappear? Is that a Borg cube? What the heck? No, that's a bit... the world's smallest Borg cube. Brilliant. Go away. Boing. You gonna go pick up that rock now? Yes, he is. Go get them nanites. Getting Borg cubes. Oh, that's just brilliant. Go get it. Get it. Let it get away. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. Aha. Alrighty, well, I'm going to get down my hole here and start digging that out and see how things go. Alrighty, well, there's my first Space Engineers video. If you like this sort of thing, subscribe to this channel. It's a new channel. And, yeah, I'm having lots of fun doing this. Take care.